All right, so here we are again, 11/22/22. And we got a long entry triggered for NVIDIA at 156.02. Let me tell you something about these NVIDIA calls that I get, or puts even, that I get from this system that I've created, right? I actually initially created my indicators off of NVIDIA, and in my experience of following these indicators, the NVIDIA calls are extremely reliable. All right, so we can even see here, we've got a win rate going long of 80%. We've got an average gain going long of $3 or 1.5%. We've got an average hold time of 3 hours. And we can even see that I've put in a note that says that the win rate has been consistent through testing since 2017. So I'm feeling really good about this indicator. And if we go back to our Robinhood account and go look for NVIDIA, we can see that it had a little dip here. And so what I'm going to do, since I know that the average hold time is going to be 3 hours and pretty early here in the week, right? It's only a Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead. I see this call at 43. I'm going to go ahead and put a limit in at 0.4. All right, so we've got my limit in at 0.4. You can already see that it's starting to recover from that little dip. We go to our BA call and we see, yep, we should have sold. We are unfortunately down ginormously. We go to our AMD call and that is down just about the same. So again, the indicator has failed us for those. And would you look at that, just 2 minutes later, we see NVIDIA ballooning and our little 162.5 call that we were going to get at around 0.4 is now 0.59. And just 5 minutes after that, we see it going further. So our signal was right on the money. And big league, we now even see our little call at 0.79. So that is nearly a double from what we set our limit at. And now remember, we got to 0.43, so we were right there. That's a tough one. That would have really boosted up our account quite a bit. Made up for those losses in AMD and BA. So that's a tough one to see pass you by. All right, so here we are, just about a half hour, not even. In fact, we have our sell signal for NVIDIA. And you can see that that indeed was a big win for us. Like I was saying, I have a lot of confidence in these NVIDIA indicators. This one just so happened okay, so we thought that it was going to go up $3. It actually went up $2. I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to go up, just from my experience with NVIDIA. So, slightly below what we normally get for this trade, but still in that ballpark. And so we can go back and we can see that it's actually at 86 right now. And we'll continue to follow it because why not? We'll see what it would have done, how well this sell indicator picked its exit, and so forth. All right, so we actually see that our sell signal gave us the right time. We see that the 162.5 call fell a little bit, along with the price of NVIDIA. Alrighty, so here we are at 110. We could see that the account is struggling. We reached a high today of 1,080. We're now looking down at 1,060. We see that was the rise in BA. AMD's been pretty stable. We're holding on to it even though we've taken such a beating. The SPY call, in the meantime, is doing really well, but of course doesn't cover for the beating that we've taken on the other options. So we could actually look to sell BA now if we wanted to. And again, if we'd had just done stop losses, we could have prevented a lot of these losses. If you recall, we had plenty of opportunities to sell at a loss for BA at around 50%. That would have been around 90. As opposed to the 14 that we're at now. So it's a tough one. And just watch, when we sell out, that's when these are going to do really well. that's just how it goes sometimes. And I think that some of these iron condors I'm starting to take a look at will be able to better cover for this. And I'll be testing those out in the coming weeks as well. Yeah, just checking the AMD calls right now. You could see sort of what we'd have to go up in order to get back to break even, which in this case, we'd have to go from 79 to 76. So like $3 up just to hit our break even of around 40. All right, so here we are at 258. And we can actually see that our SPY call is doing its thing, up 40% total. And we go to our BA call, we see we are down an abysmal 95%. And with AMD down 84%.